Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Here we are back again. Today is the start of the Men's College World Series finale. It is currently thunderstorming and looks like it's going to rain until 5 p.m. So, probably able to get in the game here today. Fortunately, Omaha's been really nice this whole week here for weather for the College World Series. In the past, there's always been, like I said, a tornado or something that springs up for all these poor folks that are not used to tornadoes. So, I think we're going to go ahead and get this in. I'm excited. I was reading up on it here this morning, trying to see who's pitching, if they've put it all out there. I think Ramon's going to probably break it down for us here a little bit today. But again, off another winning day. Hope you guys had some good luck. Put it in the chat. Tell us what you won. We won, what, $143. All right, we did it.
A good day for Team Steam again, Mindy. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Steam with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm your host, Ramon Scott, coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Titletown, Las Vegas. And Mindy, I think the College World Series is the featured attraction for me today, getting underway, the final series. We'll see if we can stretch it out for 3 games. We'll see what happens.
Right.
But I know a lot of people are interested in the solo game to start the Major League Baseball card from London. We'll talk about that as well. The London series, another kind of series.
Right.
We'll touch on that a little bit. Unique series there. And there's a little bit of WNBA in there we'll talk about. I'll have a little football action at the end of the show as well. I'm kicking myself, Mindy. I'm kind of a news buff kind of guy. I'm watching Russia coverage until about, I don't know, I only slept a couple hours. I'm so intrigued by it. It's just so interesting to me, the military insurgency that's going on right now. It's a bizarre story. It's hard to follow for someone who doesn't understand. Of course, I like world politics or something like that, but it's really difficult kind of to understand exactly what's going on, but just find it interesting. Another thing I'll be following today, I don't know if anybody else is going to be in this with me, but if anybody saw, I did post, several hours before the night before the tournament, I posted my 125 to 1 shot, Mindy, in golf this week. Ches Reavie. I put it at 125 to 1 in the chat just because I don't want to, I played at 150 to 1, but I don't want anybody to, get a worse. So I put it at 125 to 1. When I mentioned it on the air to you, he had actually gotten off to a good start, but I'm just for a timestamp purpose. It was in a Discord that anybody could have got on this guy. When I got on the air and mentioned my guy, that I had in the tournament, he was actually down to 100 to 1. He'd got off to a good 3-under start, but the scores were low. The first day, the leader shot a 60, one kind of like the U.S. Open, but just one stroke off the 59. But now my 150 to 1 shot is sitting in third place, just 2 strokes off the lead. There are 2 players tied for the lead, and my guy's 2 strokes back. When you're in a situation like that, it allows you to play around a little bit with the leaders and make sure you kind of get a profit out of that. I'm not going to let it roll. That's not how I work. I'm trying to earn. So, of course, I'll be scoring big if he wins, but I'll be probably laying a little bit on those 2 favorites, see who kind of makes a move out of the behind guys who are just trailing. But that's another thing I'll be watching today, and I'll be watching a few tennis matches here as well. Also tonight, United States underway in the Gold Cup, Mindy. We mentioned their victory in the Nations Cup. Now that big tournament starts, and the Gold Cup, the United States will be taking on Jamaica tonight. Maybe Gerardo will be here. Maybe we'll get some comments on that. It's a big MLS card as well. I'll try my hand again, most likely there. So it's a big, busy day of stuff, Tony likes to call them peripheral sports. They are our summer sports. So I like to touch on all of them if we can. Let's say hello to a few people and get the show rolling for a Saturday. It's going to be about the Major League Baseball today. Watch my Padres. They're hot.
Whoa.
And we'll
Yeah.
talk about, maybe we could wait. I don't want to wait, Mindy. I don't want to wait till the Reds game to talk about Ellie De La Cruz, Mickey Mantle at this point. I mean, it's not a fluke. I mean, I don't know how a guy comes up, Mindy, and totally dominates the sport like this. It does not look like a fluke.
Fun.
Baseball's interesting. You can go in a slump, but for a player, we already saw their young pitcher. So remember, I talked about those records. We hadn't seen a pitcher do this since 1890. Yeah. Well, Ellie De La Cruz, other than Eric Davis, who also wore number 44, Red in it for the cycle since like 1953. The Reds are on their longest winning streak also since like 1954 with that. Even those teams, the great Big Red Machine never had a 14-game winning streak. So it doesn't look like, the Reds are going to come back, I don't think, and win the World Series. There are a lot of fun bets there. We talk about Corbin Carroll, Rookie of the Year candidate. This guy could catch him. I know Carroll right now, he's probably, minus 500. But here comes Ellie De La Cruz just 1 week into June, doing all these, I guess 2 weeks now maybe, but just absolutely tearing it up. Hits for the cycle last night. Just insane. And yeah, Thomas Lewis says, it's like Mickey Mantle. Wow, it wasn't me that said that. It was a guy that everybody here, I think, respects. It was Joey Votto. He said, this guy's Mickey Mantle. You look like Darryl Strawberry out there without the blow. I don't know. He's incredible. Just incredible. So let's just say hello to a few people here before I go crazy with this guy. He's awesome. Ellie De La Cruz, not a fluke for sure, and worth watching. It's must see. Reds are selling. Here's another thing they did, Mindy. They were the longest winning streak ever, or since I think there was a team in 1893 that had a 14-game winning streak, and they had 100 losses in the previous year. It's never been, really never been done in the modern era. So. Not only that, the fans are coming out. They're a sellout crowd. So just goes to show you, at 100 losses, you're a small market, medium market. Let's call it what it is. You can turn it around, right? Granted, the Reds have a relatively new stadium and things like that. I'm not equating it to the A's or anything like that. But don't tell those fans that were there last night that the Reds lost 100 games last year. They've won 14 in a row. They've got all the momentum. They're the talk of the league at this point. So it's exciting. Thank you to Ron to get us started today, Mindy. He was here. Curtis, if you're out there, we miss you. Hopefully you're having a good week. Maybe you're on vacation. Hopefully you're seeing this. If anybody talks to Curtis, maybe let him know we miss him this week. Everyone gets a vacation in the summer, even Tony. Here's Greg Davenport was here, and Butterscotch was here as well. Bionic, and here's Ziggy. I just got his plays just
there you go.
Came on the air. Jordan Lyles pitching today. Is it today the day? Ash says, how about the game last night? The Wings and the Sparks.
Wings just let it go, didn't they? Up by 17 and didn't get it. Lost by 2.
Sparks, some credit to Sue is here and Blake. What's everybody else up to? Thomas Lewis as well. Everybody kind of greeting each other. I see here in the chat. Lazzy Love is here today. Anthony Mule talking about the Giants in that game against the Diamondbacks. I had a premium winner on the over there. A Mighty Saint been joining us early. Great.
Right.
Politician is here. Butterscotch talking about that London series. It's interesting. Certainly. Let's see here. And Tyrone Bell. Hello. The mayor of Baltimore here as well. Steve Fowler. Missed you a couple days this week. Good to see you. JDY, we want to see, I like seeing some of these international games. I know not everybody's too
I'm just
hot
glad
on
that
it.
it's not like a first pitch at 8 a.m. That's usually about how it's been for football, at least.
Good point. Good point. And let's see what else we got. There's Gerardo. Oh, how
UFC
could I
starting this
forget?
early?
How could I forget? Yeah,
Wow.
UFC's underway early. I've got a 5-pack loaded up right now for the UFC. Here's Stephen Matthews. Hello. Yeah, so that card gets underway at about noon Eastern and 9 Pacific, Mindy, for that UFC action today. Gabriel Moraz also joining us early today. And hey, let's see who we got here. Feld for life.
I didn't know Michigan was the mitten state.
Yeah, I think I've heard that, but
okay.
because of
because it's cold.
No, I think the shape of it.
Oven mitt.
Blake talking about so I've always teased Blake. He's always we got to get baseball in Nashville, and Nashville just. A poll of Major League players this week, Mindy, revealed that 70% of Major League players feel that the next city to get Major League Baseball should be Nashville. In a players poll. In a players poll, 70%. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com real quick and take a look at what's going on, because we were in the profit, Mindy, yesterday.
Yep. Mayor of Baltimore was wondering how we did. Let's show.
4-2.
4-2.
Kept the winning going, but let's see here. We had some other winners with the website, so let's just take a look and credit everybody who was able to turn in a good day, including the King of Totals, Sean Dinwiddie, 6-0-1. That's a great performance, no doubt about it. Vinny DiMichele, 5-2-2. Sounds like a Major League Soccer team. Nick Lagaretos, 4-2-1. Tim Irwin, 3-1. Collins Brown, right there, 2-1. There's our morning steam. 4-2-1. We had a push. What?
Yep, total of a 9, I believe.
Okay, no problem. The GM goes 3-1.
That one.
The Guardians game? Yeah, okay, gotcha. The Brewers and the Guardians. Oh, yeah, there, I see it. You had a winner yesterday on the show in that one with the Brewers. You laid it out there for me, and I still wanted the Guardians. Daniel won his only play. Joseph won his only play. Hollywood Sam won his only play. Rafi Riddles, 5-3. And how about Ben? Look,
always finding that winner. Yeah, right.
Underdogs, right? I mean, Ben is playing underdogs. There's no doubt about it. I don't get privy to his picks beforehand. Of course, we don't. No one does here on the site. We don't do that with each other. But just to show you, plus 84. So Ben keeps putting up there, winning. Even if he goes 500, he's in the profit because he's on these dogs. So great job. It is the way to go. I've been guilty of not taking enough dogs this year. I know that. And too many run lines. For the week, Sean Dinwiddie. Wow. Nice. 13-3-1. Tim Irwin right there. He's up 9-19. There we are, Mindy. 13 games over 500 for the week, showing that profit. 776. Collins Brown up 700. Rafi Riddles is up a nickel. And Joseph Schultz, Nick Vartini, Tony T, all in the profit, as well as the GM's account, the VIP account. There we are, still leading the way over the last 30 days with our morning steam account, up 17 units. Sean Dinwiddie up nearly 15 units. Tim Irwin up a dime. Ben Ruhala, there you see it. He's one game over 500. He's plus 850. If you like dogs, you want dogs, our man Ben can hook you up. Joseph Schultz also up 800. So, and there we are, Mindy. We're up 2 dimes this year overall with our morning steam, and so am I.
Jason Ramon on his first account.
Right here, Mindy and I. Let's take a look at the premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Then we'll start rolling with the picks. We got that full baseball card today, but let's just highlight everyone who might have their pack up for the action today, including Tim Irwin. He's got a 3-pack, including 2 fights on that UFC card from Jacksonville. Collins Brown, a 5-pack up there. Tony T got his 3-pack of MLB plays. Nick Lagarettos, a 3-pack as well. There I am. I've got a 5-pack of plays. UFC Jacksonville right there. Yep, I'll be ready to roll. Get my plays right there. I do not have a pick that I'm willing to put on in the package in the main event. It's a pretty big odds, so just I don't have it in the package. I don't want to put anything in there if I'm liking some big favorite. That kind of clues you in a little bit. Topuria in his bout there with Emmett. So also there's Daniel with a 3-pack as well. All right. And there you see is a couple of my plays right there and Tim's plays as well. So we have you hooked up, and Nick's got a tennis match starting in 5 minutes with Alcaraz and Korda. Check it out. Nick's got a play in tennis. I wasn't able to go premium this week. Just want to keep it in beta right now. We're on the grass. We're almost heading to Wimbledon soon. So, all right, let's go back and say hello to a few more folks. Yeah, use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages today. All right, Feld for life. Great to have you. I already said, but I just want to say it again. And
Sean Money. I know Sean Money.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. And Jeremy Bryant as well. Howard as well. All right.
Yep.
Good morning, my babies. And Tyrone here as well. JD not liking that London. That's where we're going to start. So let's get over there. I think everybody is ready. I'll make sure I said hello. And there's Dom. What's Dom saying about his socks? Yep.
He's scared.
Look, I don't think you stopped by the next day and we were on the Twins again. And no big deal. I mean, we're on the Sox when we're on the Sox, and we're on the we'll see what today. I mean, they're going up against Lance Lynn. They can't beat this guy. And Renfroe, yeah, I saw, talk about Blake, was watching, and I didn't really have anything going on Renfroe, but I saw her, I saw Mills from across the street with Renfroe, so I got on it. Thank you to Mills. And it was like the next fight up, and I was watching the drive-thru. He gave it out. I played it. Boom.
Winner.
Yeah, that was sweet. Thank you to Mills. That's why I watch these. That's why we watch these shows. So shout out. I just like Mills. He's a true media guy in a way. He likes to interview the fighters. So I really respect that. Okay. Let's get into it right now with our Major League Baseball. We're going to go out to London for the London series. Mindy, they've been there before. If anybody remembers it back, it was a pre-pandemic, if you will. So we'll take a look at the line here. Make sure we got the latest lines ready to go. It'll be Justin Steele and Adam Wainwright, and then nice to get Wainwright to start this special game, if you will. I know Dom remembers the London series back in 2019, the Yankees and the Red Sox, just two great traditional teams just like this. Mindy piled into the London Stadium. They'll get 60,000 for this one today, most likely. And when the Red Sox took on the Yankees back in June, about same time of the year, a week later, the final score was Yankees 17, Boston 13. Was it a fluke? They came back the next day. Absolutely, it was a fluke. The next day was only 12-8. So here you are with this total. The total's actually kind of gone down. Maybe the Sharps are just playing numbers. Maybe they don't remember 2019. Look, the Red Sox and the Yankees, maybe they were a little bit heavier hitters than the two teams we're going to see here, but it does feel like it's all about the venue, the way the ball was being smacked out of there. The dimensions are hitter friendly. So did you look at it from that perspective, or are you looking at just from these pitchers and these teams right now?
Yeah, I looked at it more from, say, a pitching perspective, a bats perspective. This Cardinals team suddenly are averaging 5.26 runs a game. I don't know where that came from, but they're doing it. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm taking the Cardinals on the run line today, sitting at about minus 120. Again, Justin Steele, he's been pretty good. 2.9 ERA. Wainwright, 5.06. And it's one of those that these two teams or these two pitchers in the past have not allowed the either team there to hit them very hard. So I understand that you say it's a hitter friendly venue. But again, I kind of feel like we're going to go ahead and probably have a close game here today. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cardinals on the run line.
Now the Cubs are hot. They've won 10 of their last 12 games, but the Cardinals have won 4 or 5. That's what you want to have with this special game. People are just going crazy with this game. It looks like they're saying hello to each other. So that maybe I don't have to walk
sort through
too much. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of over here. I don't know if this is. I think Greg is saying over here. Steve says Cubs and over. Fernando wants the over. The Queen is here. The Queen is here. She's not at Royal Ascot with the King. But hello to Latifa. Oh, let me get our background up there a little bit. And Fernando wants to go over. Everybody, I would think, want to get over in this one. I would feel like. I don't know, I don't know if it's given my intro or what the Sharps are telling me over under. I often with action this strong from the Sharps, the way I see it, the way I've been watching the line move, it's just screaming under for it. But God, I just can't do it with what I saw last time. It's unfortunate because it does become kind of a comedy in a way, but the ball was flying out of the park. It was just ridiculous. I mean, if you remember that first, I think I even the first game that they played. I mean, I want to say it was like 7-6 in like the second inning. Might have been, and then it kind of calmed down a little bit, but the ball was just flying out. All right, let me catch up here. Here's Fernando on the Cubs. I think Jeremy Bryant is saying take the Cubs there. Here's a Scotch lock. You got to take the Cubs in this one, Scotch. I know he's basing on his handicap. I don't think it's always he'll tell you when his team's going to lose, but hey, if he's telling you they're going to win, he's our Cubs correspondent, and they're hot. Politician says take the Cards. Ziggy going over that 14 runs. Ron says under, though. Tyrone under. I mean, it's fun. It's not like it's Mexico City. I mean, this isn't because of the elevation. This is because the fences are just enough, close enough. And maybe something about the overhang of the stadium actually goes over home plate. A ball could be popped straight up into the air and hit the roof, and it would be called a foul ball. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that as part of Bionic on the Cubs here. Ron says he likes the run line in this one. So. Team total over for Steven Matthews here today. Any home run prop, Sean? I didn't look at the numbers on them, but there were home runs in the Yankees Red Sox. Now at the time, those teams were slugging a little bit too. You do have, Judge was in there, things like that. And yeah, that's the thing that's bothering me, Fernando, that the total has gone down because if you just look back at that series, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And yes, I'll say it one more time. The Yankees and the Red Sox, they had sluggers there, maybe more so than these two teams. Can it make that big of a difference? So Anthony maybe I can get us some weather a little bit here. Money line, hello. Thomas Lewis is going over. Latifa, well, she's She likes the under, but it's just tough. And it's a unique setting. So, all right. Hondo talking about maybe a little Yurfie action. I will say this. Steele has allowed a run in the first inning in 3 of his 13 starts. The Cubs have scored a run in the first inning in 21 out of 74 games. Wainwright has allowed a run in the first inning in 4 of his 8 starts. And the Cardinals have allowed a run have scored a run in the first inning in 28 of 75. But factor in what we're saying about the conditions. All right. Better just decide on this one. I'll take the Chicago Cubs to win this game against the St. Louis Cardinals. They're a little bit hotter. How about that? All right. Everybody had a go with this one. So I'm on the Cubs. Mindy is on the run line with the Cardinals. So we're both on the side a little bit. We both could win. It could be. Mindy says it could be close. Maybe
Well, that's right.
Maybe I'm a little scared of that total. I want to go under. I want to trust these sharps. But after that series in 2019, I just might have to sit out the total. I'm bummed about that. All right, the Mets will take on the Phillies. We're back. This group of games. Mindy doesn't like it when you put all these, 9 or 10 games starting at the same time.
I hate it.
But this is the 4 o'clock block, 1 o'clock Pacific, and there's like 9 or 10 games. Mets and Phillies here. Max Scherzer is going up against Christopher Sanchez. And the Mets are a favorite here, $1.30 now. The total 9/25.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Phillies today. I'll take them here probably on the run line again versus this Mets team with Max Scherzer. 4.57 ERA allows 2 home runs per 9 innings, as well as 2 walks per 9 innings. So again, you can't give this Phillies team a lot of options here with giving additional runners on the base paths. Also have the Phillies here with a little bit better bullpen. As of late, only allowing 34 home runs out of that bullpen when the Mets allow 42. I'm going to go ahead and take the Phillies today on the run line with Corday.
All right, I guess I'll take them on the run line. If it's $1.50, I don't know if I necessarily mind them here on the money line, but that's okay. We'll take the run line. It's worked out so far with Sanchez in his starts. He's, strictly an opener at this point. He's made 2 opening starts. He has just 8 innings pitched so far. So, I don't know, he's not necessarily an opener. He's gone about 4 innings. So, Sanchez, the 26-year-old left-hander in this one. Scherzer has gone 4-0 in his last 7 starts with a 3.51 ERA. But yeah, the Mets have lost 14 of 18. The Phillies have won 14 of 18. Let's take the Phillies here. We'll take them on the run line.
All right. Let's do it. Consensus number 1, Phillies.
I said lose. I've been losing on the run line, but I mean laying a run and a half. I think they can win this game here. Just the way Max is he turned it around, no doubt. Last start on the road, everybody's talking about how bad Max has been on the road, and then he said, "I'll show you," and he had a great road start. But now he's making a second consecutive road start here against a hot team. So I want the Phillies in this one with Mindy. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got Ziggy on the Mets. Here's Steve on the Phillies. Corday, Phillies run line with us. Latifa, of course, is on the Phillies. Butterscotch run line. Blake run line. All right, everybody wants a run line. That's fine. Thomas Lewis here, Philly, the mayor of Baltimore, says take Philly. This is a consensus play. Look at all these Phillies here. Here's also under 9 and a Yurfee. Max is allowed a first inning run in 4 of 12 starts. Mets have scored a run in just 14 of 75. Sanchez has not allowed a first inning run yet in those 2 starts, and the Phillies have scored a first inning run in 22 of 75. Politician says the Mets do own the Phillies when Scherzer starts. I will say that Scherzer is 5-1 with a 2.38 ERA in his last 9 starts against Philadelphia. All right. Yeah, Mets struggling at the plate there a little bit. Mayor says, here's Tyrone on the Phillies. Jeremy says Mets first 5 on the run line. All right, Mets and Phillies. We're on the run line as our first consensus here today.
Good way to kick it off.
Arizona Diamondbacks and Merrill Kelly going up here against a real opener for the Giants in Walker. Let me see if I got the line here, Mindy. I didn't have it there when I did the graphics. Arizona is minus $1.15. The total 8.5 under 15.
All right, let's see what we got here today, Ramon. Again, I feel like it's hard for me to find these on my sheet with it being so long, right? But for me, I'm going to go ahead and take the Arizona Diamondbacks here on the money line. I just kind of feel like they've could hit their stride, and suddenly San Francisco, maybe not as much. So I'm going to go ahead here and take the Diamondbacks here on the money line. San Francisco's team ERA is starting to suffer a little bit, 10th in all of the major leagues right now.
All right. Mindy says go ahead and take Arizona here. Things are going pretty well. They've won 11 of their last 16. We know the Giants were also red hot, but we saw, what happened there last night with these two. So this is definitely an opener situation for the Giants. Let's see that total at 8.5. Yeah, I might thinking about making this the challenge, but let's see what the chat has to say here in this one. I think I know where I'm going here. In fact, I'm going to call it right now before I move on. I'm going to take the over with the Diamondbacks and the Giants. So Kelly's been strong. I mean, he's been 8-0 with an ERA of 3 in his last 10 starts. So I got my work cut out for me. But after seeing a little bit of a comeback there last night, the game ended up being 4-4 there after the early lead. Thinking maybe it ends up going over. These two, the Giants have gone over in 7 of their last 9. Kelly, despite all that strong pitching, 8-0 in those 10 starts, still gone over in 5 of his last 7 on the road. Hondo's here. He says, take the Phillies. Oh, wrong game, but I just want to say hi. Not wrong game. He's just, I just want to say hi to Londo. All right, here we go. Diamondbacks redemption, says Jeremy. They'll get it. Take them on the run line here. Ooh, is that, minus 1.5 at plus 150 or so? Steve says, take Arizona. Jeremy's going to go 3 dimes on that run line. The mayor says go over. I'm going to go on the over here. Latifa might be on Arizona here. Nathan says take the Diamondbacks today. So does Ziggy. Fernando says Arizona and under. Butterscotch, Arizona. Maybe I should be on Arizona. I don't know, Thomas. Are they running out of gas after? It was it was a long winning streak. Latifa says, take Arizona. Tyrone on the Diamondbacks. The mayor says the over. Merrill Kelly, no doubt. He's been hot. And Eugene Bedoy. How about that, Mindy?
Hello.
Eugene Bedoy. Who do you think will win? Well, Mindy's told you right there. Take the Diamondbacks. Okay. Mindy is on the Diamondbacks. I'll take the over. I feel a little contrarian, but we do see some overs in there. And, I think maybe people, looking at Merrill Kelly, how hot he is as well. Both teams, pretty much smoking. I talked about, Padres, maybe their offense clicking, but they're still staring up at 3 teams.
Right.
Mayor says, how about IKF? Stole the base, was safe, walked off the base like he thought he was out, and they tagged him out. Wasn't paying attention. Here's
Nice.
an over for politician. Okay. We got our play in that one. Let's move on and talk about the Mariners taking on the Orioles here in this one. I'm showing the Orioles about $1.15. Totals moved up here. Steam came in on the over, and the total now is 9/15. Oh, wow. Went up nearly a whole run.
Yeah, Ramon, most of us liked the Orioles yesterday. And look, you're like, maybe not so fast. And look at what happened 13 runs again here in this one. But I think I'm going to go back on your Seattle team. I'm going to predict a victory here for the Mariners today, mostly because Bryce Miller is a pitcher that these guys do like to, hit with, have a little run support for him. Kremer's been good as of late, we all know, but he tends to, put guys on base, and you can't really do that right now with the Mariners team. That's a little bit hot. 5.7 runs of offense here so far. Slugging percentage 697. I'm taking the Mariners here today.
Yeah, I felt yesterday when I was talking about that, and I couldn't pull the trigger on a premium like I wanted to. I did exercise caution. I did have them in pocket, but that doesn't do us any good here on the show other than giving a little warning. I will, if you're on them today, I'm going to be on them for sure. Going to come back here on the Mariners. I think they. I feel like Miller looks real good in his last two starts. He has good numbers here and getting a pretty decent price. Might even move to a pick 'em here shortly. I don't know. Orioles are definitely favored right now. Mariners struggling on the road. We talked about that. Losing 7 of their last, 12 of their last 17 on the road. But I've got Miller to have a good performance here. Kramer, 4.5 ERA, 5.32 ERA in his last 4 starts. Orioles are 10-5 in his 15 starts this season, winning 40 cents on the dollar if you bet them every single time. And Baltimore's 22-14 at home. They're probably going to be a little bit of a public side today, but I want to take the Mariners here in this one. Let's see what the chat. I think they're going to be on Baltimore. I think. Let's see here. Seattle for politician to lead us off. It looks like Mariners for Bionic. Okay. And Ziggy does take the Orioles. And Butterscotch, same, noticing those little bit of a lineup absence there. So the mayor says, how about the Nerfy today? Well, Seattle's allowed a run in the first inning with Miller in just 2 of 9 starts. Seattle scored a run in the first inning, 22 of 74. Kramer's allowed a first inning run in more than half of his starts, 8 of 15. So he gets off to a slow start. That's a very high percentage for anybody that follows that statistic. The Orioles scored a run in the first inning in 17 of 74. Lassie takes Seattle. So I think there are leaning Seattle. Maybe we talked him into it a little bit. Ziggy says Kramer's good versus the Mariners. 2.81 ERA in his 3 starts against the Mariners. Corday says he wants to go under. And, hey, Corday, try not to give out the premiums here, okay? I'm not sure I'm on a premium there yet, but that is the way that I was looking in this one, Mindy. But we've got a play here on the Mariners, Mindy and I, in this one. And I think they weren't overwhelming, but I think the chat, it looked like 3-1 to me. All right. The Rangers are going to be at Yankee Stadium with John Gray going up against, here's Luis Severino. I think we were talking about him a little bit yesterday, or someone mentioned yesterday, but Gray on the road here. Oh, he's up to $1.40. Imagine that on the road at the Yankees. Again, Yankees is an underdog. We struck with him the other day. Mindy is a dog. We didn't buy into it. Rangers here $1.40, 8.5 over 30.
Yeah, the Rangers bats always scare me a little bit, and I know Severino to 7 scoreless, and Gray the last time out for the Yankees only made it 2.1 innings versus that Yankees lineup, even though they were more healthy then. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and go on the Yankees. The Rangers bats scare me a little bit. I'm going to take that run and a half at sitting at minus 140, minus 150 with the Yankees on the run line here today.
All right, Mindy, take a run and a half here with Severino at home. That price is probably going to be about $1.45 or so today. And let's see what the chat's going to do here with this one. I want to know before I comment, but doesn't look like they're too active here in this game, possibly here. Oh, wow. Okay, first up is going to be Butterscotch. Texas money line and Texas team total over. That's a okay. Yankees run line here for Thomas Lewis. He'll take the run and a half in this one. Gray's been so solid. 5-1 with a 1.99 ERA in his last 7 starts. Texas is 8-5 in his 13 starts this year. For Severino, it's been the opposite. He's got a 7.54 ERA in his last 3 starts. 6.3 ERA so far this season. I've got to think this one's going over, you guys, with Texas and the Yankees today. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, I know people have been hesitant to get on, the Yankees scoring any runs because of their injury situation, and they've gone under in 10 of 13, but I don't know. Severino's been getting hit pretty hard. Here's Bionic on the Rangers, Heartbreak Kid on the Rangers. Mindy, they're on the Rangers, I'm afraid. It looks like here. Oh, what did Jeremy say there? Sorry about that, Jeremy. Lazzy's on the Rangers. Yankees got the pen, but the Rangers have the bats. Mayer just can't get enough of that base running mistake. I was trying, everybody trying to interpret what he was thinking. Did he think he was out? Did he not even see the ball? And was he actually going back to first base and not thinking he was out, maybe thinking the ball had been fouled off or that some other ruling had taken place? He seemed confused. I guess just stay on the base until they tell you to get off of it, right?
Right.
Did you ever get in a situation like that, Mindy?
Where I didn't know where the ball was? No.
Or did you ever have a boneheaded base running?
Not play? That I can recall.
All right.
It has been about 25 years ago, so it's one of those. But no, not that I can recall, at least in my college days. So.
All right. Mindy, you'll take the Yankees on the run line. I'll take the over here in this one. Maybe the Rangers will hit them, but I'll respect Mindy's selection. JD says take the Yankees. Ziggy says his play is Yankees on the money line here. Just looks like a mismatch with these starters right now. So, all right. I'm actually an excellent base runner, Mindy, and I've been out there, been a few years since I played, but I like to slide, even when people laugh at the people who slide and slow pitch, but I wear jeans out there. I'm the guy in the jeans. Everybody's like, look at this guy in the jeans. That's because why don't I wear baseball pants? They always rip. If I'm going to slide, I wear jeans, and I have a slide as smooth.
He's got his tough skin patches on his jeans, too.
I do. I take the old jeans and I patch them up. And I have a pop-up slide, let me tell you, as smooth as Trey Turner. All right, here we go with the A's. Hogan Harris going up against Jose Berrios. Berrios is a big favorite here at minus 265. The total 9 under 15.
Yeah, maybe Hogan Harris has pitched pretty well this season. For an A's team, 4.5 ERA. A's still only scoring 4 runs per game, but we know that this Blue Jays team kind of, let them off the hook there yesterday, I think.
Let 'em off the
Berrios, a little bit better here today, 2.37 ERA. Again, these guys don't usually allow the home run ball, so it's got to be some small ball here today by the Blue Jays. I'm still going to go ahead and take them on the run line. It's one of those things. I'm guessing this is the one that you had, Ramon, on the run line yesterday.
I mean, two big favorite, Miami against Pittsburgh. What they win 1-0, and then the Blue Jays on the run line against the A's. A lot of people cautioning, every time we see it get up to $3 at this point, especially right. We think about the lopsided games and how we get these $3, $4 lines in September, when the call-ups are happening. It's a little bit different maybe in the regular season, even with the Oakland A's. Look, it's, you think of what has been going on with Oakland, but maybe they are playing their best ball of the season. I don't know how else to put it. Not now. I mean, I'm talking about that little streak they had. They still have lost. They were on an 8-game losing streak until last night. So I don't know. Maybe this will be their day. But Berrios is 4-1 with a 2.25 ERA in his last 6 starts. Toronto's lost 8 of 13. The big news for Toronto was Vladdy hit a home run at home. He hadn't hit a home run at home all season.
That's right. I remember someone telling us that stat there.
Yeah, we're 77 games into the season. Now, granted, half the games are on the road, but still, whatever it is, 30, 35, I don't know how many home games they've played, but Vladdy had a home run. So that was like the big, big deal. I'm going to go over in this one, 9 runs. I was thinking premium at 8.5. Not sure I can get on it at 9 for a premium, but Harris, so far, 2 starts, 4.45 ERA in 6 appearances. Sometimes he goes deep, sometimes he doesn't. I can't figure out if he's an opener or not. They don't tell you. But sometimes they've let him pitch a little bit deeper. Maybe as he gets developed more, they're going to allow. Let's see what the chat has to say. I mean, I've already kind of made my proclamation here on this one. Okay, let's see. Well, Ron, I don't get out much. I mean, watching these games. A's are sneaky, says the mayor, and I feel like they might be sneaky today. But, I might go the butterscotch route. I might go with plus 2.5 or something here. Ziggy on the Blue Jays. Ron says the Jays bounce back. Butterscotch is doing it. There it is right there. 2.5 minus 150. That might be the direction I go. Corday is going to go there. Jeremy says go over. Thomas says he likes it over. Butterscotch says, hey, wow, is it likes the price there. The Blue Jays, they've been a disappointment, no doubt. Under all day, says JD. And Thomas says maybe the A's can win again. Bionic says the Jays. Steve will take that 2.5. Hello to C. James. Good to see him here. Oakland money line for politician. And Bionic says take the Blue Jays. Mindy's on the Blue Jays run line. I'm totally down on run lines right now. I'll take the over in this one.
All right.
Here come the Braves against those Reds. Well, I couldn't wait. I couldn't stop myself from talking all about the Reds. So I guess I don't need to. I'll think of 10 more things great to say about the Reds by the time Mindy's done. But I don't know. We're all Reds fans. Come on, this is exciting. Who cares? Mindy Schuster's favorite here, of course, again. But look at this price. Here's the only problem. Now, granted, the Braves fans were totally beside themselves yesterday. Couldn't believe what was happening. But, I mean, Go ahead, Mindy. They're $1. It's down to $1.30. I'm sure people will catch fire with these Reds today. Maybe even go down even more. The total 11.5 over 15.
Yeah, a lot of folks blew up their ERAs there yesterday with what was it, 21 runs or so. I tell you, it was a wild game, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, I don't mind being a Reds fan right now. That's not a problem for me. But I'm not sure it's going to happen again today. Ashcraft has that big ERA at home, 8.63. Gives up almost 5 walks a game, 2 home runs a game. It's kind of hard for me to back him right now. I did back him early in the season, but I kind of feel like he's given a turn for the worse, right? You can't give up 5 runs to this Braves team. And then you have Schuster here on the mound. That's, I think, a little bit better than, Shawver. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and go back here on the Braves. Give them to me here at what? Minus 130 now? I'll take it.
12 in a row for the Reds. And Mindy says take the Braves. I think I said 14 earlier.
However many it is.
There's 12, right? But still doesn't matter. The longest winning streak for a team that lost 100 games the previous season in 100 years. So it's just another. And like I said, we talked about their other young pitcher. We talked about Ellie, absolutely electric.
Right.
Still taking on the Braves here, who have won 16 of their last 20 games. So, yeah, Ashcraft's been getting hit pretty hard of late. 12.46 ERA in his last 5 starts.
Yeah, it's a bunch.
After a good start for Ashcraft to his season. So, can he get it together today? See what the chat has to say about this one, because I love the Reds as far as what's going on. Over for politician. Mayor says money line on the Reds. Ron says this winning streak is over. He'll take him on the run line. Butterscotch, Atlanta team total over. Yeah, the game got a little out of hand. And, look at the total yesterday. Look at this total today. I mean, 12? Right? It's still 12. 11.5 over 15. Okay, well, nonetheless, these games have been going crazy. It was over well into the, I don't know, what inning was it when it went over? 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah, early. I think it was like the 4th.
Tifa says, take the Reds. C. James says, De La Cruz, cycle. Hang on to that rookie card. Yeah. CJ, we were talking. I called him Mickey Mantle. Well, no, I didn't call him Mickey Mantle. Joey Votto called him Mickey Mantle. Do you guys trust Joey Votto? Don't forget Joey Votto crushing the ball. Did you see that, where that home run went last night? Anybody here ever caught a hot dog at a game?
No, a T-shirt, but not a hot dog.
You've caught a T-shirt at a game.
I did at the Royals game. I've got one of the T-shirts that the shot launched on the cannon or whatever it is.
Wow.
It was a medium. I mean, it didn't really fit me, but I got it. Yeah.
You could turn it into a wall decoration or something. Yeah, Butterscotch, the pressure is it on? But you also can play loose too, though, when you're the Reds right now, right? Nobody was expecting anything. So, oh, wow, that's wonderful. Hey, look who's here. Arnold Estrada. Hello. Braves, we don't want to get negative on the parlay there, but just great to have you here, Arnold. Mindy and I aren't too into the parlay scene, but Latifah says this one's got to go over. You'd think with these two teams it would. I might want to be contrarian, but I don't know if I can say it publicly and put it out there. I'll just sit there and bet it and just cry when I lose. Here is Fernando. He's on the under. And all right. All right, Mindy. I better take the play here in this one. I'm gonna try the under.
I like it.
with a day game. I just in the conditions in the day, I think it will be a little bit different. Ashcraft has got to get his act together for sure here. All right. Well, Latifah, it's all wrapped. The hot dog's wrapped up in the
The
foil.
paper.
I wonder if it comes out all like smashed on one end or something. All right. All right, I'll try that under. That's how I'll do it on the show. Put my reputation on the line, whatever's left of it. The Pirates will take on the Marlins. A couple of rookie pitchers here, Beto and Hoeing. And in this one, the Marlins, big favorite, 150. They could only manage one run last night. That's all they needed. The total's 8.5 under -120.
Yeah, Hoeing here looks pretty darn good, right? 15 innings pitched at home, 1.15 ERA, no home runs allowed. Only walks, had a couple, right? 2.3 per 9 innings. But if I look at Beto, he's the one that has a little bit of problems with getting guys on base. 6.8 walks per 9 innings for him. I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins here on the money line.
Okay, Mindy on the Marlins with Hoeing, 4.2. Let's see. Yeah, you mentioned the numbers there. I won't.
I just gave you the splits, not as overall there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe that's. I didn't
Yep.
hear it right. Okay. I didn't want to be wrong or.
Gave you the splits at home there, 1.45 ERA, 15 innings.
Okay. Better at home. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And Beto so far 2 starts. Pittsburgh lost both of them. I want to give them a chance here today since they were able to hang in there yesterday with some good pitching in this one. And I know there was only 1 run scored, but Marlins have gone over in 8 of the last 13. I think that's been kind of the key to their recent surge where they've won 14 of the last 20 games. Their offense has finally found a little bit of rhythm. Pittsburgh's gone under in 6 of their last 8. But I'm going to go over in this one. I'm going to try the over again. Yesterday, Mindy, we went over and got shot down big time as one of our 2 losses on the show. But you mentioned the walks, the problems there a little bit. I'll try over with this one, Mindy, on the Marlins. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. And Ziggy's on the Marlins here. Fernando is on the Bucks. Do not throw that hot dog back. Ron's on the under. And Blake says Marlins game under. And Bionic on the Marlins. How about when they give the ball to the little kid and they throws it back?
Right?
Oh, right?
Taught him well. Give it back. Yeah.
Fernando on the over here. And Michael Thompson, good morning, and Miami money line.
There we go. Looks good.
Thomas says Marlins. Butterscotch on Miami. Steve on Miami. I think it's going to be Miami. I mean, they're a hot team, and Pittsburgh is not. Pittsburgh. Hondo says take a Nerfy here in this one. Beto's allowed a run in one of his 2 starts. Pittsburgh scored a run in 19 of 75. Hoeing is allowed a run in one of his 3 starts. And Miami scored a run in the first inning in just 13 of 77. I think the numbers would indicate Nerfy. Fernando says under in the first 5. All right, Mindy's on Miami. I'm on the over. We're not clicking on too many here, but I'm just maybe a little trepidation on my part here with some of these. And let's take a look at the Red Sox. And James Paxton on the road here, favored minus $1.15. 8.5 over 15 against Lance Lynn. I got the Cleveland pitcher up there. I'll fix that.
Lance Lynn, huh? Well, I'm going to go ahead and take This Red Sox team here today is sitting what I think minus 120 or so. Paxton, he's been pretty good since his return off of the injured list. I think he's been able to kind of replace some of those injuries on the pitching staff, like Sale there. I think he's been a little bit inconsistent on the road, but I think he's going to be good enough here to get this one. We'll see how Lance Lynn bounces back from his 7.64 ERA at home. Taking those Red Sox here again today, Ramon.
Yeah, Mindy, I think I was the one kind of, touting that Paxton would work out for Boston. Yeah. At first I was more just, saying, hey, he's back. Good thing for Boston.
I'm gonna sneeze again. My nose is giving me fits. I'll be back.
Yeah, I was saying, let's see if Paxton could get into form. Just was good to see him back after that long injury stretch. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely very, very encouraging for Boston right now, right when they need to get something going. They've won 7 of 9. They're over 500 now. Lance Lynn, we know he's been, that strikeout performance, I've tried to give Lance Lynn the benefit of the doubt. I've been the guy kind of hanging on to Lance Lynn a little too long to a certain extent. Did prove that he can still get it done with that monster strikeout effort, but still has a 9 ERA in his last 3 starts. He had 16 Ks, and everyone says, what? He still lost. Remember, he still lost. So I'm going to end up on the under in this one with Boston and the White Sox with these two. Maybe Lynn can have another solid start. It's 8.5 over 15. Red Sox have gone under in 13 of their last 19 games. White Sox have gone under in 14 of their last 19 games. Give me the under with the Red Sox and the White Sox. And I'll go to the comments here. And nobody do the I want the Sox thing today.
Why not? You don't think that was fun?
I think last time. Steve's on Boston. Blake's on Boston. Hello to Miles today. Sakori Wilder's here. Nice to have Sakori. Yeah, I think we've got a few money lines out there. Ziggy's on the Red Sox. Butterscotch is on Boston. Red Sox first 5 for Thomas. Latifa's on the Red Sox. Bionics on the. It's all Red Sox here, Mindy, it looks like. Latifa, she's got to bust out the bleach, when you got the. What were we talking about the other? Oh, so we were talking about the. Okay, I got one more day to research. Maybe I was a little too busy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I was thinking about it. And I don't know, does anybody still call them this? And I know, I'm sure in your day, Mindy, I have to say it like that because it's been a while since you played. Yeah. But did you actually wear a stirrup or a sock? And of course, remember they were called, the socks underneath the stirrup was called a sanitary.
Yeah, we wore stirrups, and I didn't care for them all that much because as you wore them, they got stretched out, of course, and then they would mess up in the bottom of your shoe. So I always thought it was a pain in the butt to have them. Like my favorite right now is not is just the solid sock, right? Like say when you watch Florida State women play, right? How they have that cool maroon sock at the bottom. I think it looks pretty sweet that way. But yet you watch some of the men in the World Series here, they're still wearing stirrups. Also don't care for the ones that are just the socks with the,
No, I don't know if I like that, the socks with the fake stirrup. Either just have socks or,
Yeah, so I like just the plain bold sock. So I would have loved to have our black uniforms with like a solid red sock. I think that would have looked, pretty cool back then. So that's kind of how I like it. But I mean, I guess the stirrups originally were to hold your socks up, right?
Yeah, it's a thing of the past, I think, for certain, to a certain extent. But I would just want to let this one up here because I want to say hello and welcome to Doran Johnson.
Hello.
Feels like a first-time comment there. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Mindy on the Red Sox. I'll take the under in this one. I'm not disagreeing all the way with Mindy, but as I've gone along, I'm kind of negotiating the card here a little bit, save some premiums because this is a big chunk. It's kind of affecting, I think, me having to get on some of these with you, Mindy. But I'm not trying to protect our record or anything. It's just going to
No, I
be.
know. I know.
It is
I
what it
understand.
is. All right, everyone. Maybe, Mindy, if we don't mention the stat, maybe the Royals will win.
Do you
So I'm
think
going to
really?
do everything I can to not mention the stat. If someone in the comments does it, maybe I'll
You
show it
know
on
it's
the
going to happen.
screen.
Someone's going to talk about it. I mean, Scotch
So,
alluded to it already, right?
okay. Tampa Bay is down to minus 240. So reported steam has been on the Royals. And maybe they're just playing the numbers here. Maybe it'll be the Royals' day. Total is 9 under 25 now. So Tampa Bay about 270, 9 under 25.
Well, I mean, I know that the Royals got game one, but they got smoked again yesterday. Just kind of, I think, how everyone kind of predicted that, right? We're not going to be a Rays team and let the Royals come back and get us, in the second. I don't know if the Royals here are good enough to win 2 out of 3 in a series. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here with Jordan Lyles and his 8.35 ERA here on the road. And the Rays scoring almost 6 runs of offense. So I'm going to go ahead and take over the total, Ramon.
All right, let's take over. That way we don't have to get all mixed up with whatever's going to go on here. And look, Chirinos, he's got a 2.72 ERA this year. He's made 3 starts. We know he's a reliever. He's an opener. Tampa Bay style. Tampa Bay's lost 4 of 6. What's going on here with Tampa Bay? They've gone over in 16 of their last 19 home games. The Royals have gone over in 4 of their last 5. We're going over in this one. Let's go over. We're going to play finally. Another play, but play nonetheless. Let's see what the chat's on. Hello, Top G Network.
All right, back again. Perfect.
Trying to win 10 dimes here tonight.
There we go.
I want to party with you, cowboy.
That's right. Let's do it. Definitely got to take Jordan Lyles.
Yep. Butterscotch says, happy Jordan Lyles Day. Take Tampa Bay. Play a run line. Maybe I could reverse jinx it. If I take a run line, then the Royals will at least cover the run line because I can't hit a favorite on the run line at all.
Oh, goodness.
Mayor says, happy Jordan Lyles. Here's an under in this one.
Has lost 13 of 15 by multiple runs. Let's just say that.
Oh, is that right? 13 of the 15
has been
whatever's are by multiple runs. Wow. Okay. Eugene, I don't know if he's talking about, if he's chatting with someone in the chat. All of our picks are for today's games, the 24th. Maybe he's chatting with someone though. Here's Tampa Bay lay 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at. So somewhere in the world, I suppose it could be.
What's that, Mindy?
Couldn't it somewhere in the world? Is it already the 25th? Could be, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think because everyone's ahead of us, say China, right? 12 hours.
But they played all their games for the 24th, for example. So that already, right? So when the games start tonight, for example, in Japan, in Australia, they'll be on that. Those will be their games for the 25th, and it happens for us on the 24th.
Well, because he's asking if these are picks for the 25th, so I was just wondering.
Yeah. We're in the U.S., so yeah, just to make these are today the 24th for us. Okay, Ron lay the 1.5. Rays go over. Michael Thompson over. And Butterscotch. Okay, Butterscotch talking about a little bit. Rays first 5 for Corday. And Royals minus. Oh, what's this? Royal. Good job, Fernando. Can always count on you.
Going for the gold there on that one.
Line. What's that line? Miles says Kansas City run line plus a run and a half. Here's over for Fernando. We're on the over in this one. Tommy says take Tampa Bay over. Michael Griffin here today with a pick from an earlier game. I just want to say hello to Michael. Thanks for joining us. Darren says the weekend is harder than the weekdays. I wonder why that is. Yeah, and Eugene is over there in the Philippines. Welcome.
It's the umpires, Ramon. It's the same thing that happens, like, I think, in the WNBA, right? There's more fouls called, more action, more everything, I think. I think that's why the weekends are harder for me. Because they're on primetime TV. Lots of people are watching.
All
That's
right.
my guess. I don't know. Just a theory.
All right, we're on the over in this one. Let's move on. See some talk already for the College World Series in there. We'll get to that in just a moment. Here's the Brewers taking on the Guardians. Here's Bibby. He's favored at $1.20. The total is 8 flat.
I think we're supposed to say Bybee. Is that right, Ramon?
Oh, thank you. We did it
only because you corrected yourself before.
Yeah,
to me, it looks like, it looks like it should be phonetically, spoken there, but right. But I have one of these weird names with a E at the end that makes it all.
Well, here's the thing. I think Bibby has 2 B's, and I think Bybee has. No, I'm sorry. Bibby has. Remember Henry Bibby of the Philadelphia 76ers? Anybody old like me that remembers Henry Bibby? And he had 2 B's. I think Bybee is 2 E's. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So we got Bybee on the mound. I like him. We talked about that. We like him quite a bit. Has been, pretty productive. 2.57 ERA. Doesn't really allow the home run ball. Not really putting too many guys here on base. He's had a couple bad innings in the last couple. So he has to kind of minimize those. But it's not like the Brewers are really, knocking it out of the park. 3.86 runs of offense. This Guardian team, 3.51 runs of offense, but are only allowing 3.92 runs here on defense. For me, I'm taking the Guardians here on the money line. All right, Mindy says take the Guardians and Bybee against Freddie Peralta. Talk about the, 2 really weak offenses here. Certainly with what's been going on with these 2 teams. Hugely disappointing. They're still hanging in there. I mean, Brewers are still over 500. They're very much alive because of their division.
Yeah, it seems like they had, to me, like longer stretches of losing that I would have thought that they weren't, sitting in second.
Yeah, well, they're just mediocre on the road, 17-18 record, while the Guardians, they're only 19-18 at home, but the Guardians have won 4 of their last 5, so you're on them here. Brewers quietly heating up. They've won 5 of their last 7. Peralta, 4.5 ERA in his last 4 starts. Bybee, 5.4 ERA in his last 5 starts. I'm going to go under with these weak offenses. Peralta under in 3 of his last 4 starts. Brewers under in 6 of their last 9 on the road. I'm going to take the under in this one with Milwaukee and Cleveland. I still feel pretty good about it. Steam came in on the under, and it hasn't moved too much lower. I respect the Steam in this one. I'll chase it down. I'm the Steam chaser here.
That's right, but not all the time. But some of the.
I just love the narrative when people say, "Oh, you're chasing that Steam."
No, you're trying to give yourself the most insight out there. That's all that is.
Well, I like to watch the market. Sometimes I
like you said, you're getting a whole bunch of handicapper brains out there when you're watching those line moves a lot of the time.
Cleveland first 5 for Ron today. Hi, Ron G. Ziggy's on the Guardians. Darren will be on the Brewers here. I imagine this is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. Here's Butterscotch says Cleveland money line been a fluke for Milwaukee, he says. Blake on Cleveland, Fernando on the Brewers, Steve on Cleveland. Feels like it's Cleveland here all of a sudden. Here comes Ron Bionic on Cleveland. The Butterscotch would love the under. Yeah, and I don't know if it's feels like it's trending, like the steam under. I don't know if it's going to go back up at all. Corday on the Brewers. Fernando will take over the 8. So, all right, Mindy, you're on the Guardians. I'm on the under in this one. All right. That I believe. Let me see. Is that
Yes, we're done with those 3 o'clock games.
last
All
of,
of them.
of that big? All those games we just talked about, except
All
for
at
that
one
Cubs
time.
Cardinals, are all at the same time.
How am
So
I going to watch how many games, Ramon? I can't.
yeah, you don't
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, if anybody has ever seen Mindy's, 5 big screens on a wall, one big one and four big ones and one big one. So
Right.
I don't know if she'll be busting out any iPads, or just keep the 5 games. If one game becomes a blowout, maybe she'll move it around.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, that window, I mean, it's all about the baseball today. Twins and Tigers here, Lopez and Olson. Lopez $1.55. The total is 8.
All right. What do I got here for the Twins and Tigers? I got Olson here for the Tigers, 8.68 ERA. He gives up 3 home runs per game. He gives up about
What?
3 walks per game. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here today. Lopez, he's been doing pretty good. He has a 4.4 ERA overall. Each of these 2 teams score about 4 runs a game. I think with these elevated ERAs, we get some runs here today.
Yeah, Olson hasn't been too swift so far. Certainly for the Tigers. Yeah, when you look at some of these numbers, Lopez has gone over in 4 of his last 5 starts. Twins have gone over in 5 of their last 8. Olson's gone over in 2 of 3, and Detroit's gone over in 8 of their last 12. So it does feel like like an over, but I am concerned that there were some 8.5s out there. Do you talk about market watching? It's definitely going lower here. I don't think it's been steamed necessarily, and I just left it up there at 8/15 because I'm lazy. But it definitely looks like mostly 8 flat
Right.
across the board, like the total's moving lower. So just not sure I'm able to I don't think I'm going to be able to get on this one with you here necessarily, but this is such an ugly game. I'm going to take Detroit here on the run line today, plus a run and a half at minus $1.25 or so. By this time, I'm going to be into the the late. I don't know if I want to watch this one. Anybody got anything on this one? Help
me
is what I need, I think, in this one. Ziggy's on the Twins. Blake says go over, like Mindy said. Hondo on the Twins. Steve on the Twins. Hondo says I want a Yurfee in this one. Lopez is allowed a run in 6 of his 15 starts. The Twins have scored a run in 18 of 77. Olson has not allowed a run in any of his 3 starts. And the Tigers have scored a run in 19 of 74. Bionic will take the money line here with the Tigers. Butterscotch says over. Corday's with me. Tigers run line. Mayor says Pasadena. Fernando says Twins money line in the under. Pass or Detroit. Okay. Miles tried Detroit again today. Home dog. All right. Yeah, not the best game. Politician says Tigers in that one. Still an important. All these games important for Minnesota. I mean, that division. Okay. Well, the Astros and the Dodgers. We saw yesterday, Mindy, in this one. Today, the Dodgers big favorite with Bobby Miller, $1.75. Total 9 under 20.
Yeah, Dodgers got what, 2 in about the 4th in order to get that 3 to, was it 4-2, 4-3 or 3-2? But anyway, they got that 1 run of victory there versus the Astros. I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here today. Blanco just hasn't really been sharp in his starts here so far. 6.3 ERA here on the road, allowing 6 base runners per 9 innings there and 3 home runs. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go over the total. Bobby Miller's been, I think, okay. And we kind of talked about it, that the Dodgers can kind of make any young pitcher, maybe not Grove, look pretty good.
Yeah, and there he is. 2.89 ERA in his 5 starts so far. The Dodgers have now won 3 straight. Astros have lost 11 of 16. What's going on, Astros? I don't
Just
know if
can't
I can.
hit.
Well, I just don't know if I can pass up this price on the Astros. I guess we'll take them on the run line here at plus
I like it.
1.5 minus $1.25. They are certainly struggling. You mentioned it, Blanco. Did get a win in one of those 3 starts, but still, you mentioned the numbers there. So Dodgers still 23-14 at home, and they're still 9 games over 500. Houston, for all that losing they've done of late, hanging on 6 games over 500. Not a lot of comments here so far. Hondo on the over, Ziggy Astros run line, Bionic on the Astros. Just feels like a high price, but Butterscotch says, you know what, lay the 1.5 with Miller at even money or so in this one. So, all right, no, maybe not too much excitement there. It's supposed to be the big game of the day, actually, other than the Cubs Cardinals special, but in that primetime TV window, the 7:15 Eastern game. So, politician will take the Dodgers as well. All right, let's get on with the night action now and take a look at my Padres. Well, here's a problem. Okay, so today, Mindy, yeah, the Padres. Well, look, the Padres are mashing. Actually, they might have the hottest offense, even more than the Red. They've scored more than they've scored double-digit runs the last 2 nights. They've been mashing it for about a week right now. Soto's hot. Even Ha-Seong Kim is on a roll right now. The Padres' offense is rolling, but what they've done here is they've called up this pitcher Waldron for the start. Now, he is a knuckleball. He's not a complete Wakefield knuckleballer, Charlie Huff knuckleballer type of guy. He does mix in the knuckleball, but no non-position player has thrown a knuckleball, meaning no pitcher in baseball. Yeah, there's been some position players come in and fool around with a knuckleball in the last 2 years, but no starting pitcher or relief pitcher that is not a position player has thrown a knuckleball in a major league game since 2021.
Really?
Waldron comes in with an ERA at El Paso of 7 and a record of 1-6. So unless the Padres have some secret with this guy, I don't know what they're doing. In this, Waka's been scratched again, so they've had to do a little bit of emergency work. Maybe they figure they can call this guy up against the Nationals because they're so bad, and he can go in there and throw some junk for an inning or 2 and then come in with a bullpen game.
So who would the last one be? Like Wakefield?
No.
Right? No.
Maybe so, I'm not going to look up the name to hold up the show, but it's not a picture that everyone would totally be familiar with. I can't even remember his name, but I will actually look as you introduce this. Go ahead.
Well, Matt Waldron went to my high school, so that's fun.
Nice.
I mean, like he didn't. I mean, like there was a Matt Waldron in the 90s, right? That was there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
just a total coincidence. The same name there. But yeah, I kind of feel like Josiah Gray. He's been decent. I just, I've been, I feel like wrong on the Padres for about 7 days. So I like the Padres here on the run line. That's where I'm going to go. I feel like the bats are just on fire right now. And Gray, he's susceptible for giving up some walks, and you can't put guys on and get guys like Machado up to the plate, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres here on the run line.
All right. Well, your classmate, no, wrong, Matt Waldron. Mickey
Yeah,
Janis.
Matt Waldron's like 25 years younger. Yep.
Mickey Janis was on the Orioles. I believe he was the last player in 2020.
Where's our mailer of Baltimore? He should have been all over that one.
Yeah. I think that's who they're saying is the last one to officially do it. Like I said, some position players have come in, and you know how goofy these guys are when they get in there throwing eephus pitches and laughing at each other, and then a guy hits a home run and gets his feelings hurt. So, it is, looks like a little bit of desperation here for the Padres, but maybe they're just trusting that their offense can mash here against the Nationals. They did last night. Obviously, again, big-time offense. The Padres, for all their struggles, they are one of the best teams in the league for run differential, despite being under 500.
Crazy.
So it shows the potential. Everyone knows that the team has been a huge disappointment, especially if they watch our show, since I'm the Padres correspondent.
Correct.
So, so I'm going to try the under in this one with this game. Maybe there's something to it. I'll trust the Padres here. Josiah Gray, his numbers haven't been as good of late, but still has a decent ERA this season. Kind of flirting with danger here with the Padres mashing it. But now with the total at 9, I'm going to go ahead and take the under. I got beat on the under last night. I show 8.5 over 20 there, but actually I'm showing most of the I'll leave it at that, and I'll try to beat 8.5. But I think we're looking at mostly 9 under now across the board. So let's see what the chat says here with this game. All right. Hello to Burley today. Bionic says take the run line. Ziggy's going to go over. Fernando will go under.
Jack's taking the pads.
Fernando says take the Nationals. Blake says he'll take that Joe and Phil Niekro replacement. Anybody remember when Phil Niekro? It's unfair because this is, I think, one of the big memories of Phil Niekro, but he's a knuckleballer and a little bit of a junk baller. There was a little bit of generation, the Gaylord period, and the umpire goes out to investigate what Phil Niekro's got a movement on the ball, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a nail file and he tosses it away like nobody saw it. Jack, let's see here. Padres have been hello, welcome, Jack. Nice to have you. Michael Thompson says take the Padres on the run line. Jack says he's been laying 2.5 runs. Arnold says maybe he's on the Padres here. First 5 under for a politician. And Jimmy Crack Corn, nice to have you. Welcome. Says over 8-3 is the final tonight.
Oh, nice. All right, put that 11 in. Final score.
Burley says Padres run line. Thomas may go under with me. And Hondo says Padres first 5 and the money line. I'll take the under. Mindy's on the run line. One more game in Major League Baseball. And, we're not too active here. It just is what it is. Sometimes we've had 10 games, 11.
Right.
Mindy, the Angels and Griffin Canning, the Rockies and Chase Anderson here. Can't remember which Anderson it is. We know this is bad Anderson. Canning here, $1.55. They did it again last night, Mindy. Trout, Ohtani. Why would the Angels – look, I know I'm not saying why would the Angels get rid of Ohtani if they're not going to be able to pay the $500 million contract. I get that. But why would the Angels be interested? If you're not going to get anything for him, but if you can make the playoffs, is it worth it, right? I mean, winning a world championship. Not saying the Angels are gonna. There's plenty of things out there blocking the Angels. I mean, they're only 5 games over 500. But if you can get in the playoffs, you're an Angels team. You don't make the playoffs very often. They're in a tough predicament.
Yeah, and then now both of these teams have been pretty bad versus righties as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes here. Canning has pitched in Coors Field before, only 3 earned runs in his last outing. It's one of those that I think I can trust Canning. I really liked him. He got off to a really good hot start. Then it's kind of been a little bit mediocre here as of late. 4.28 ERA here on the road. And we know Chase Anderson just doesn't really have the innings here for us to give us any sort of, real information on how well he's going to do. But the Angels, aren't really good against him historically. They're like 3 for 14. So it's one of these. I don't know if this one's going to be a very high scorer here or not. But I think I trust the Angels a little bit more. In this situation. Again, we talked about the bullpen a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Angels here. What are we setting at for price, Ramon?
155 or 155.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go here with the Angels on the money line.
All right. I'll do it too. Yesterday was a huge disappointment for the Angels in that game. And I don't like this price, but I like the Angels, so I don't know how else I can describe it. And I'm gonna play the Angels again with you, even at $1.55 or so. FKD says likes your hat today.
Oh well, thank you, Easton. Baseball, softball.
Butterscotch had the double dong. Yeah, I said it.
Double dong. Ramon.
Hondo over, Verley under. That's mainstream though now with those guys. They say that goofy, even though it's a little off color. Blake says Lindsay under here. And RC, we do always recap. Unfortunately, we could probably recap it in about 2 seconds, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but we're not going to send you a text message. So you just have to probably take a photo of the chat or something where you can have all those.
We just showed it at the end, but nice to have you, RC. We know we've seen you a couple times so far. So, yeah, we do recap at the end of the show. We also, I'll just mention it real quick, we sell the picks, the free picks. We give them out for free. You don't have to buy them. You don't ever have to buy them. But, I don't know, maybe we got a couple dozen subscribers every week. It seems like grabbing our packages, maybe making sure that they get the plays as they miss the show. We just package them up and sell them on the website, and people are picking them up, especially when we're hot. So
I guess there are people out there that don't watch this show.
Sure, they just see the record like most people do sometimes on if they're buying picks. Let's just call it for what it is, and that's what we do here. But it's always available if you miss a show, you have time. Butterscotch, Colorado, plus 2.5. And Miles on the Rockies. Jimmy Crack Corn. Oh, some other picks there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're all adults here, Thomas. Except
for the most part.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, that's it for baseball. I don't know. I think we got 3 plays out of it, Mindy. And, I know you guys want a little more from us.
4 now. We had the Angels, so now we're up to 4. Yeah.
All right. Hey, remember what I said? Really that
quality.
Right. When we started the show, I said, well, we should be on 25% of the plays, right? Because you're going to make a play. I'm either going to agree with you or disagree with you or pivot, and you might be on the other side of the total. But because we're professional cappers, that's what they call us anyway, professional handicappers over at Tony's Picks. We'll be on the same side maybe a little more than often. Just want to say hello. It's an older game that we talked about, but I don't think we've met Miles Bergens.
I don't think so
hello.
either.
He's on the Red Sox. His Red Sox today, but Miles looks like a new name here today as well. So we got up over 100. I don't know how much higher we got. We're at 100.
I saw like 103-ish.
Okay,
It's
well, we're
106.
106 here, so
106.
great
Yeah, there you
to
go.
have everyone here today. Let's get in one more baseball game, and it is the College World Series, Mindy. LSU in Florida. You said you dug in a little bit to this
Looks
one.
like I might have found them. Here's what I have: Sprout, a Brandon Sprout, and a
Mhm.
Ty Floyd. Does that look
Yeah,
about right?
yeah.
All right.
That's what we're expecting anyway. And I mean, they threw me a curveball in the two big games against Wake Forest with
Right.
Skeens and being held back, but nonetheless, Florida here uh, favored in this one. I said, Mindy, that the winner of that series between LSU and Wake, which most people say was the national championship game or series, if you will, they had to come back and kind of play two games. Those were the better teams. And I said, well, the winner of that series is going to be favored to win the College World Series. Well, you know what? That's not the case because if you
Right.
look at right now, um, in the game here, Florida is favored to win the series. So doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win the championship because I think they said it was about a pick 'em. So what did you end up doing with this game?
Well, I still always think that these games come down to who has the better pitching, and I just kind of feel like today and maybe moving forward, I kind of feel like that's LSU. Florida, what they're gonna maybe be back to their ace maybe tomorrow, perhaps, and like for Skeens, it's probably gonna be maybe day 3. I don't know if they would play him tomorrow or not. I don't know for sure if they would maybe move him up a day. So again, if we're looking at Sprout, he is 9-4, 82 Ks here on the season for Florida, and they bat 293. I feel like Florida's bats have been pretty hot in this series. They look like a team that's pretty motivated. But LSU, I just kind of feel like I feel like I can't go wrong with them here today. I'm taking LSU. The batting average here, 3.14 here for LSU. So they do have the better team batting average. Also, that Ty Floyd, 7-0. He has 103 Ks. That's a bunch for this season. That's a bunch of Ks right there. I'm going to go ahead and take LSU.
Yeah, I'm also going to take LSU in this one, Mindy. Of course, now I can, you know, this was my pick to win the
That's
national
right.
championship at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I backed off them a little bit when with Wake Forest, and I knew it just felt like coming down the stretch in the SEC season, they had a rough series against Auburn. That kind of, I watched some of those games. Just want to LSU shortstop, my favorite player in the tournament, Jordan Thompson, went to my high school, so I kind of like him, and I've followed his career. So as I follow LSU a little bit more closely than other teams. So I liked them going into this season. They were one of the favorites to win it all from the beginning of the season. It's just they didn't have as successful as they were. Now they're in the championship series, so they've lived up to expectations. But they did have some issues as far as being strong all season. I guess that's how I can categorize it. But I want to take LSU as a dog here today. That's what I'm going to do with Mindy, and I've got LSU to win the series. So let's see here. Blake says take LSU on the money line. Oops. LSU money line there. LSU takes the series, says Hondo. Brett says Skeens will pitch tomorrow. LSU would wrap it up if they win this one. And Thomas, yeah, I pulled it like I do to Mindy. It was 10 when I typed him in. It's 9 now, and the steam came in on the under. And Andrew Ashmore here today says over or under. Well, I've got this one in premium land, I think. So at least someone gave it. Did anyone give it out? Zordon said go under, right? So
Yeah.
Zordon changes avatar there. What is that? Looks like an album cover or something. It's kind of scary. Kind of creepy, Zordon. All right, that's College World Series. Enjoy that. I would know. Here's the thing. Interesting to note, Mindy. The ratings for the College World Series, they're through the roof.
Good.
Out. They've been some of the most watched College World Series games of all time. And one thing about, I was like, that incredible game the other night, I was like, man, could this win the ESPY for game of, or at least a candidate for game of the year? But I think the problem is, I think the date's probably cut off for this year's ESPY. And who is going to remember come
Next
13
year.
months from now that college baseball game from way back a year ago? So maybe it won't make it after all. So who would win between a tiger and an alligator? Oh boy, I'm sure I've watched some video on my phone laying in my bed.
I'm not
late
watching
at
that.
night. Oh,
I can barely watch UFC fighting. Come on now. I couldn't watch a tiger and an alligator go after it.
I watched too many of those animal videos where
I can't do it.
alligator grabs it and takes it into the water. How about the famous one where waste our time with viral video. We had 3 species of animals, right? The alligator grabs some hyena or something like that, but here comes a herd of water buffalo and gets the tiger and the hyena goes. Remember anybody?
I
What
don't
have you been talking about?
I don't know. I'd probably be crying.
We better go to the WNBA and get this show over with. I'm watching Russia until 3 a.m. I'm supposed to be handicapping. All right, Mercury and Storm, Mindy. Well, they can't all be great games. This is the dud of the year, I would think.
Dud. The
Mercury. Disrespect the Mercury's been bad. The Storm has just been unfortunate because they lost their star and they're trying to, they've actually had some okay performances of late. So here in this one, the Storm are favored by 2. The total is way up here all of a sudden. The steam came in within the last hour or so to 161.5 over.
Yeah, Mercury, like you said, just haven't really been really good this season. I think they're sitting in the cellar, right? I mean, 0-3 in their last 3 games, only scoring 73 points a game, while the Storm 1-2, but are scoring a lot more, 85.33 points per game. That's mostly because of Jewel Lloyd, right? I mean, she's been their leading scorer, 25 points a game, really shooting the ball well from 3. That's what it's been, I think, for the Seattle Storm team. They've been able to shoot it from outside. Inside, they're not so good. And it's interesting to see. I always feel like the Storm, they come out blazing, and then the second half, I think it's kind of been maybe overall in the WNBA. I don't want to say lack of conditioning. I think it's maybe more a lack of bench, right? These starters play the whole time. I think there's lots of tired legs out there in the end. Again, Mercury playing out without Griner, Taurasi. Got to take the Storm here at home.
Yeah, I'm sure Griner will be in tonight's
she's
game.
Going to be in. Okay.
So, and again, that may be
why I see only a -2 there.
Well, maybe, but you're right. But the Mercury, they're just so bad at covering numbers right now. Right? I mean, winning too.
3-11 against the spread. Storm are 5-2.
Yeah, right. That's a big difference there. So we know Brittany was playing great. She was about the only good thing about the Mercury, really. So, thank you, Zordon. I'm not familiar with. I know I should be. Maybe it's just a little bit, a generation or 2 after, so I'm not didn't know about it. But let's see here if the chat's in this WNBA game. Ed Burley says this will be his first time ever. He's going to do it.
All right, let's do it, Burley.
Yeah, Grinder is definitely in this game. So you said the Storm for you, though, Mindy?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Storm at home.
Okay, no, got it. Yeah. I'm going to respect this steam here. I'm going to go over 161 and a half here with these bad teams. Under's been the kind of the thing, though. Let's see here. Mindy, yeah, Mindy is, you know what? Probably should take the storm. I mean, she is really crushing the WNBA right now, no doubt about it. She's laying it up there for me to try. Just all I got to do is take it, but I didn't do it. I'm going to take the total here and go over. She's practically laying it up for me. She's been hot. How did we do yesterday? Well, Mindy had the under in Dallas and LA. We did have that winner, Mindy, premium winner, Liberty and Atlanta, probably our easiest win of the year.
Yeah, what did they score? Like 200 almost?
Yeah, 190 it finished.
They had 99 at the half. I knew that. So
yeah, so it was looking good. That was a good, solid pick there in that one. So, all right, yeah. So maybe shuffling of the lineup. We'll see if Phoenix can get it together. Mindy will be on Seattle, though, lay 2 points at home. Phoenix is really Mindy mentioned their poor spread record, and Seattle's done a good job against the spread. Probably should listen to Mindy here, but I'm going to kind of lay off the side, probably. All right. Got another game here. I guess the other game is better because it's close. But interesting, the Fever only getting 15 and a half points. The Fever isn't. Yes, the Fever is out of their mind, actually. They're 5-7, but that's absolutely terrific for the Fever. The Aces are 11-1 and show no slowing down. They do get out to huge leads. They fittingly, seem to call off the Dogs a little bit very consistently. Yeah, they've had 2 30-point victories as well. But some of the games, the other team, and in fact, maybe I would say those blowouts were a couple of weeks ago now. In the last few games, they've let the team back in. Maybe the other teams are rounding into form and the Aces are just totally in form. But 15 and a half here is total 169.
Well, the Fever took the Aces down to the wire like 3 weeks ago. They actually led with like 2 minutes to go. Only lost 84-80. I'm going to go ahead and take the Fever here today, getting these big points. They are 4-0-2 in their last 6 road games there. I think they can keep it close. That's what I'm going to say today.
All right. Well, Mindy's one of the hottest around in the WNBA. I'll try the Fever plus 15 and a half. It's going to be real hard for Fever guards Wheeler and Mitchell against the Aces guards of Plum, Gray. They play great defense, probably the best in the league the way I see it. But I'll try them. I mean, Fever's been pretty terrific so far, given their weak record coming into the season to be 5-7 right now. I think that shows that they've made great strides. Aaliyah Boston is definitely an all-star candidate in her first season, just looking great. But man, what a matchup she'll have with Wilson probably in this one. I'll try the Fever with you, Mindy.
All right, let's do it.
Almost. I mean, I got this one rated, right there. Maybe I could. Maybe I have it at a little lower at 14 and a half or so. Not feeling very confident one way or the other. What I'm feeling confident is Mindy's WNBA record. So let me just call it like it is in this one. Anybody on this game? Here's Miles wants the Fever with the googly eyes, the siren, the 100, the hundo, and the thumbs up. Fever can take it. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at here come the plays from Mindy and I. Well, hopefully we'll have just a solid selections here, Mindy. Phillies run line, Mariners money line, Royals over, Angels money line. College baseball, we're on LSU money line. And in the WNBA, we're on the fever. 6 games, busy schedule. Hopefully, hey, we had 6 games yesterday. It worked out.
That's right.
All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. Great show. Oh, let me just pop a few plays in here. Don't forget to head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off the premium pick packages. And maybe I'll just promote myself a little bit.
There you go.
Today, I do go out of my way, Mindy, to promote you most of the time because I'm so thankful for you joining me 6 days a week and doing the show. But I got a pack here, a 5-pack of plays in the UFC that's going to start in 1 hour. So I just want to promote that right now.
Quick.
Yeah, and it's from Jacksonville. And I've got a 5-pack of plays here today for $30, and it does not include the main event. Didn't put that on my premium card. Maybe I'll do some in the Discord. Anybody go back and watch the podcast with my expert this week and listen to what he had to say as well. I really rely on those guys. I usually have my own thought and then listen to them, and if they end up agreeing with what I already felt I was going to do, that usually becomes my premium. So not to make it too simple, but do host a podcast with one of the most popular
right.
MMA handicappers on Twitter and YouTube. So on different channel, but you guys can find it certainly there. And I appreciate Tony letting me talk about that. He's mentioned it before on the show, so feel comfortable in saying that. Okay, so check it out today over at Tony'sPicks.com, our premium picks, and save 20%. Okay, real quick, Mindy, let me throw out, I think I got a little football action for you.
There we go. They're waiting for it, Ramon. They're waiting for
it. Yesterday we saw Hamilton is absolutely dreadful. It's too bad. So I gave out Hamilton. They were in no contest against Montreal. I don't think Montreal's very good. Hamilton looked terrible. They went with the backup quarterback. The other one was a little banged up. This guy looked terrible. So Rough Riders and the Stampeders are the game tonight in the CFL. Calgary is favored in this one by 3 points over the Riders, and I'm going to take the Calgary Stampeders and lay 3 points here tonight as my pick in the CFL. And then here's my big one right here. This one I feel more confident about. I can't give this one out as a premium. We don't cover the USFL. This is the semifinals here, and I like the under 38. We've already missed out big time, but the Maulers have the best defense in league history. I think we'll just call it that right there. They might smash Pittsburgh here. Probably like the Maulers as well. I'll give out a double play. I can't give out a premium.
A double play.
Maulers in the under. You're in the USFL semifinals. The other game is tomorrow in the South. We'll cover that one then, but I feel this is my favorite game here. It's down to 37 right now. At some books. It's dropping. It opened like 40, 42 at some of the places, but tomorrow the Breakers and the Stallions will be the game. So let me give out both side and total. Mauler and the under in the USFL semifinals. All right. Great job. Great show. Thank you so much, Mindy, and the chat, and also getting up so high there in those 100 again, Mindy. How about it?
Let's keep it up, folks. Let's keep it up.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Leroy, Latifa, Nate, Stephen Beer was here. We didn't get to say hi. Hello, Fernando, Thomas, Brandon Williams. Those are for you, Brandon. Miles, Verley, Zordan, Jimmy Crack Corn. He cares. Miles was here as well. Andrew Ashmore here today. Hondo, Brett, Scotch, Verley, Ziggy. Who else? Arnold, Jack. Hopefully I got to you, Fernando, and everybody. Bionic, Politician was here today. Tommy was here as well. So I think Ron, Mayor. Eugene. Got to shout out Eugene from the Philippines. Duran was here. Michael Griffin as well. Hopefully, I got JD. Everybody, all right. Thanks a lot.
JD's my donkey's name. JD, the donkey.
Oh, my buddy Dom. Don't forget, he probably had to take off. I didn't hear from too much in the show, so
Having parties here. Oh my goodness.
It worked, Mindy. They joined me. I put on my Facebook, and I'm getting like 5 friends.
Hooray!
Yeah, I have like.
Just think if you've been doing it over 12 months, you've been having a lot more friends watch.
Yeah. Well, it's weird, right? I mean,
who knew there was going to be some sort of weird setting?
I know a lot of people have Facebook, just friend everybody. I'm very selective. You got to I want to have to be a Facebook friend, right? So I'm only like 470 friends. I know people have more or less. I don't know, but feels like all my friends are on the internet, on the YouTube channel right here are 500, 700 people that are watching the show. That's awesome. Thanks everybody so much for your support. Guys like Steve and Jeremy as well, and Corday. All right, for Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.